the best and worst suburbs to live near Raleigh and see. Most people moving to Raleigh just think all the suburbs are the same, right? Just pick one and hope it works out. But what if I told you that choosing the wrong Raleigh suburb is going to leave you with a 45-minute to an hour commute, a home that costs way more than it needs to, and there's absolutely nothing business-wise around you? Yet there are other hidden gems here where you'll live like royalty for half the price. So in this video, I'm breaking down 9 major suburbs in the Raleigh area, ranking them from worst to best. And I'll give you the real scoop on things like prices and lifestyle, and most importantly, who exactly each suburb is suited for. Hi, I'm Allie Buscemi, and as a Raleigh real estate agent, I have helped a ton of families navigate these decisions and relocate to our area. And listen, I'm going to be completely honest about each of these burbs, because your housing choice determines your quality of life. It's your daily commute, your lifestyle, your long-term satisfaction about where you live. Your neighborhood is just as important as your house. So let's dive in. Louisburg and Franklinton. I'm starting with the most challenging options. And to be clear, these are not bad places to live. They definitely work for some people, but they have drawbacks. So I am just going to tell you about the trade-offs you need to know. Louisburg. The median home price is around $335K. So obviously this is a great option if the budget is limited, but you are looking at around 45-minute to an hour commute to Raleigh, about that long to the airport and RTP as well. The population is only about 3,500 people, so it really is small town living. There is a lot of new development happening in this area. The quality of builders is a little different neighborhood to neighborhood. Another thing I help people navigate. Franklinton, it's a similar situation. The median home prices are going to be around $415K. Homes go pending in about 40 to 50 days is the average right now. There is a lot of active new construction being built. There might be more business options in the future, but right now you're really commuting to Wake Forest for all of your shopping. The reality check for both areas, it is a very rural vibe with a lot of new construction packed in. A lot of these neighborhoods have been clear cut and they don't have the sort of wooded feel you might like in a rural area. And the commutes are manageable, but if you're sensitive about a long commute, this is not going to be the pick for you. You're 30 some miles from Raleigh to Lewisburg, 27 miles for Franklinton. So you really want to plug that commute into Google Maps and also toggle it to rush hour to make sure that you are comfortable with being in your car that much. Amenities are limited in some of these places. It's a lot of chain restaurants. For the restaurants they even have, there are some local parks and recreation facilities, but there are limited shopping options. This is going to be a good choice still for budget-conscious buyers who want new construction. Remote workers who don't have to worry about a commute, this might work just fine for you. Or retirees who want something truly quiet with very little upkeep and they don't mind a clear-cut neighborhood. So this rural setup might work just fine for some folks. But just wait till you see the full lifestyle package we have for some of these neighborhoods farther up the list. Johnston County. Gonna lump this whole county together. It is south of Raleigh. It is moving up in price and there are some businesses coming to that area, but most people are still gonna have a commute to their job, and there is a hidden cost with that. So the median home price is around $350K. Homes stay on the market 30 to 40 days average. The average commute time is going to be a half hour to 45, and that commute ranks the 9th worst in the state. 51.8% of residents in this county work in a different county. That's a big commute. Some of the bigger cities in this area would be Clayton, Smithfield, Four Oaks, Benson, Angier. What's happening? Johnston County is the fastest growing county in the state for the last 5 years. There has been massive residential growth and some master plan communities and subdivisions are just kind of popping up everywhere. There are major builders active throughout the county and there are various price points and home styles. There are more businesses and restaurants coming to this area in Clayton and Smithfield, like Old North Food Hall with options for Cuban, Indian, Italian, American. Several new shopping centers and retail developments are planned, but it is more limited and it does feel more rural. Community parks and recreation options are also expanding, and it's similar to another area on our list coming up in a minute. Despite all this rapid growth, you're still looking at longer commutes to major job centers. Major highways like I-95 and I-40 do provide regional access, but it seems like there's always construction on these roads. Daily commuting to Raleigh or RTP is going to get taxing. So this area is going to be best for families who want new construction on a large lot with a more limited budget. They want a more small town feel, and you're willing to make the commute or you work remote. Now, as we start getting higher up on this list, you're going to see some really nice places. And if you are considering making a move here to the Raleigh area, or currently live here and want to change your location, or you currently live here and you want a different lifestyle than your neighborhood is giving you, I would love to help you with that. All of my info is right in the description below. It's easy to reach out to me. I'm here to help. Number 7, Knightdale. Speaking of better commutes, let's talk about our number 7 spot. Easy downtown access, but here's the catch. The quality varies pretty dramatically neighborhood to neighborhood. The median home price in Knightdale is around $400K. So that's a pretty accessible price point to have such easy access to Raleigh. It's only about 15 minutes to downtown, maybe 25, 30 minutes to RTP and the airport. Major neighborhoods include Hedingham, which has golf and great amenities, and Knightdale Station. Hedingham is very accessible for a golf community. It is very affordable. There's everything from townhomes to single family homes. There's amenities, playgrounds and trails and pools. And there's over 2,500 homes in this neighborhood. It is a big community, like a little city within itself. Knightdale Station is another master plan community with over 600 homes. There's several shopping centers in the area, so you're not going downtown for much of anything. They have major big box realtors, Target, Best Buy, Starbucks, all that. Multiple community parks and playgrounds, sports fields, and walking trails too. New construction quality varies a lot throughout this area. You want to work with an expert when you're making your choice. Some neighborhoods like Hedingham provide excellent value with great amenities. Other areas don't feel as polished though. The dining scene is dominated by chain restaurants. There's not a ton of more local boutique sort of options, but again, you do have easy access to Raleigh if you want more of that. This community is great for first-time home buyers, more limited budget. If you want a large single-family home, commute to Raleigh, but don't want to spend a ton. If you want golf on a budget, Hedingham is a great option. And for commuting downtown, this is a pretty good choice. You can absolutely find some great spots around here, but our number 6 spot offers a totally different lifestyle. Number 6, Wendell. Just a little bit further east, things start to get interesting. This is the fastest growing town in North Carolina, but can the infrastructure keep up? The median home price is about $370K. There's been a 71.2% population growth since 2020. It is just rapidly expanding. There's about 15 to 25 minute commute to downtown Raleigh and about 35 to 45 minutes to RTP. Again, being far east side of the city with the airport to the west might not be a great choice if you're commuting to RTP. Major developments. The Wendell Falls community is very popular. It's a master plan community with little cottage style homes, townhomes, and single family homes. And they have a ton of amenities. There's the farmhouse cafe right in the middle of it all, fitness centers, multiple pools, fitness parks, dog parks, every kind of park. There's extensive retail and dining options right in the middle of Wendell Falls. And a lot of Wendell Falls is very easily walkable to all these businesses at what's called Treelight Square. And we will talk more about them in a minute. Wendell Commons is a new grocery-anchored retail center with things like Lowe's Foods. And there's 350 million commerce center mixed-use development, creating some local jobs in this area. Treelight Square, as I mentioned, has modern shopping and dining options. There's like a little water pad in the front for the kids in the summer. Things like Jeremiah's Italian Ice, City Barbecue, and there's a big Publix there. There's a growing section of local restaurants and cafes, breweries like the Beer to Be Brewing Company. There's a complete distillery experience at Oakley Distilling Company. There's youth sports leagues and community programs, outdoor activities at Robertson Mill Pond Preserve, which is over 85 acres. Wendell Falls and Wendell in general is great for families. It's great for young professionals that want a newer home on a limited budget who are commuting downtown. The cool thing about Wendell is that it successfully balances small town charm and modern amenities. It still has a small town feel, but you have easy access to Raleigh. You've got the partnership between the historic downtown and the Wendell Falls area, which is all brand new, and that creates a lot of unique appeal. But there is a downside, of course. The rapid growth is a little straining on the infrastructure. There's some traffic issues at times. And when you're running late, you might not find that quick parking spot for your groceries. Also with Wendell Falls, if you are going to need to sell your home in the next couple of years, you're going to be up against all this brand new construction, and that can be a real challenge. So if you are buying new construction in this area, plan to stay at least 5 years if you want to see your value appreciate. Our next location has even better value with downtown access. Number 5, Garner. This is just south of Raleigh. Now we're getting into the real value plays. This is kind of a sleeper hit with exceptional value and major upside potential as downtown south gets more developed. What makes Garner good? The median home price is around $425K, so still very affordable compared to Raleigh, and it's only about 10-15 minutes to downtown. It is the 10th fastest growing town nationally for cities over 20,000 people. The Metro 201 project is a major downtown commercial development. There's White Deer Park, which is a new recreation facility under construction. There's multiple new residential developments throughout the area, new retail and dining options like Wawa, which is exciting for our region, Moonrunner Saloon. Our next spot take the crown in this aspect, though. Unlike some of these new pop-up communities, Garner has been around for a while, so you can be in an older home in a more established feeling neighborhood. There's also a lot of recreation in Garner, like Benson Park, which is 64 acres. There's a lake, boating, fishing, and trails. This is great for value-conscious buyers, young professionals, families who want that urban access, but a suburban feel. Here's the thing about Garner. While amenities are currently somewhat limited, you still have massive growth momentum and downtown revitalization projects that show you a strong upside potential. The retail scene is expanding with all these new establishments opening, and you still have amazing access to downtown Raleigh. The thing is, though, our number 4 location have amenities that Garner can't quite match yet. So let's check that out. Number 4. Durham. Durham is an independent city. I feel wrong even calling it a Raleigh suburb. It has serious personality, its own downtown, and it is very vibrant, and I'm a big fan. Think of it as our Brooklyn. If you can handle the commute trade-offs, Durham is fabulous. The median home price is around $440K. It is a somewhat competitive market depending on what area you're in. It's an excellent choice for RTP workers because you're only going to have a 5 to 15 minute commute. If you're employed by Duke or the Duke hospital system, obviously that's going to be easy for you as well. It is a little more challenging if you work in Raleigh to live in Durham. Dining and entertainment scene. Durham has some of the best restaurants in North Carolina, in my opinion. Even more casual places like the Durham Food Hall have 8 chef-driven restaurants under one roof. A coffee shop, a bar, an event space. There's the Counting House, Dame's Chicken and Waffles, Pizza Toro, M Sushi, M Steak, multiple breweries and tap rooms throughout the city. It feels very vibrant and artsier than Raleigh. There's cultural attractions like the Deepak Performing Arts Center is amazing and attracts a lot of musicals, theater, concerts. There's also funky hotels like the 21C Museum Hotel, and the downtown feels very vibrant. There are 68 public parks managed by Durham Parks and Rec. There's the Eno River State Park in the northern part of Durham for hiking, paddling, fishing, camping. It's beautiful and very wooded. The American Tobacco campus has an entertainment complex. You can see the Durham Bulls baseball there, which is super fun. And there's restaurants and events and all that in that complex. There's an extensive greenway and trail system throughout the city. And they also have the South Point area, which is a really high-end outdoor mall. There's a lot of new construction kind of anchored around that South Point area, and you have very easy access to the major highways there. Hope Valley is one of the more popular neighborhoods in Durham. It's south on its way to South Point, but not quite in that South Point commercial area. There's some prestigious historic homes in this area. Brightleaf at the Park is more east, in between Raleigh and Durham. Would be a good choice if you work in Raleigh. It is a huge neighborhood with amazing amenities, multiple pools and dog parks, trails, playgrounds, everything. It's like its own little city in itself. South Point is a very popular newer area near major shopping centers, and there's a lot of new construction and townhomes in that area. Trinity Park is one of my favorites, and also Old West Durham. This is where there's a lot of historic homes. They're walkable to downtown Durham and Duke. It is some of the more expensive real estate in Durham, And a lot of the homes are more modestly sized because they're historic. So historic bungalows and craftsmen, that sort of thing. In Durham itself, there are plenty of options neighborhood to neighborhood for different lifestyles and budgets. It's great for people who work in RTP or work at Duke and the Duke system. It's great for foodies and people who enjoy like a vibrant downtown with a little more character, and some people would say a little more edge than Raleigh. And it's great for people who want a more diverse, vibrant, progressive, cultural feel. But our number 3 spot has the convenience that Durham can't quite match. The Durham Museum of Life and Sciences is also amazing, and that is worth the trip regardless of which burb you end up in. Number 3 is Morrisville, and it's so high on this list because it is so convenient to everything. It's really the ultimate sort of convenience neighborhood, but you are going to pay a premium, and to be honest, it can feel a little like cookie cutter and soulless. I'll walk you through the pros and cons. The median home price is around $600K. However, there are a lot more expensive options there as well. About 5 to 10 minutes to RTP, and you are right on the airport. It is central to the entire Triangle region. So if you're working in Durham, working in Raleigh, or maybe serving the whole region, this could be a great option for you. There's amazing highway access. You're close to major shopping centers and retail districts like Morrisville Square, which has a lot of international restaurants and retail services. There's some golf options in Morrisville if you like that sort of community. There's a well-maintained trail system with about 3.5 miles of greenways. And there's also Park West Village, which is theater, dining, and retail. There's a growing restaurant scene, and there is a very diverse international population there, which is cool. There's multiple playgrounds, community pools, and youth programs like Morrisville Community Park, which has multiple use fields and playgrounds. There's the Morrisville Aquatic and Fitness Center, which has Olympic-sized pool and fitness facilities. Extensive new construction, major builders, rapid growth in this area has made it a little cookie cutter. However, you cannot beat the convenience of this location. You have immediate access to RTP, to the airport, major employers like IBM, Cisco, and SAS. This is great for a high-income professional who wants to be very close to their job, obviously anyone who works in RTP in the airport, and people who want convenience over all else. But here's the thing. So Morrisville delivers unmatched convenience, but some people do find it a little lacking in personality. The housing has gotten quite expensive, and you are kind of looking at more cookie-cutter neighborhoods without a lot of distinctive character because it grew up so rapidly. The area basically serves as a bedroom community for high-income tech professionals. However, our number 2 spot has everything Morrisville provides, but some established community character. Our number 2 is Cary, and Cary is really number 1 in a lot of people's hearts. It is an established premium option. They have done a great job developing Cary. There's a ton going on in Cary. It's its own vibrant city center. This is the gold standard that a lot of people talk about, but is the premium worth it? The median home price is around $700K. That is very high on this list, and it is a very competitive market. The downtown Cary Park is a beautiful new 7-acre park that's become the heart of downtown and has revitalized all the businesses around it. It is truly stunning, and they made a great investment decking out this park. It's worth the trip regardless what town you end up in. There are also top-rated schools that people love, and that's another reason why people compete to get to Cary. There are thriving independent local businesses around this downtown Cary Park, and a lot of it is accessible via their greenway system. So there's an extensive park system, 35 parks and natural areas throughout the community. It won the 2016 National Gold Medal for Parks Management. They did a really wonderful job as they developed Cary, keeping this greenway system connected. So you can really get to a lot of it on your bike or on foot. Community programs for all ages. There's the Cary Youth Theater, there's concerts at Coca Booth, there's Easter events, holiday events, Veterans Day, you name it, Cary is going to have a parade for it. There's really well-maintained infrastructure throughout a lot of these neighborhoods, and there's a strong sense of community. There's some really popular golf communities in Cary, like Preston. It is a great choice for high-income families who want to prioritize schools and who want a community feel in a small town, but still have access to the bigger city hubs. The thing about Cary is it is premium pricing. And that is because of the desirability, and in my opinion, it's well-earned. But our number 1 spot delivers 80% of what Cary does, and it is considerably cheaper. Our number one is Wake Forest. Wake Forest is kind of a sweet spot. It has a lot of what the other communities have without some of the compromises. The median home price is around $495K, so that's considerably cheaper than the heart of Raleigh or Cary. And I'll tell you why it's a little cheaper. You do have, of course, a commute if you're going into downtown Raleigh, 25 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on traffic. And the same if you're working in RTP, because it is the northeast part of Raleigh and RTP is over here. Wake Forest has developed its own thriving business district, reducing dependence on commuting. So you might be able to get a job in Wake Forest and enjoy the restaurants and shops there without always having to come down into Raleigh. It has a lot of great dining options. Amelia's Authentic Italians is one of my favorite. It's truly fine dining. They import so much of it from Italy. It's in this historic home, very romantic. Over the Falls is a great brew pub restaurant with burgers and pizza, craft beers. Bodega is a wonderful tapas spot right downtown, and their downtown is very vibrant. They do Friday nights on White, which is White Street, which is the main drag where it becomes blocked off to cars and you walk around, enjoy the businesses, enjoy a band. Wake Forest Food Hall is opening in late 2025, and that's a eclectic collection of local food vendors, and that should be a really fun spot. There's a lot coming to that area, and you definitely can feel like you can enjoy your own city center without having to commute somewhere else. Joyner Park is amazing. It's huge. It's 117 acres. That's like the flagship park of Wake Forest. There's a wonderful playground, community center, trails. They do a jazz concert series there in the summer, family movie nights. It is a wonderful hub, and the homes right around Joyner are going to be competitive because they have such easy access. There is some state recreation areas nearby on Falls Lake, so if you're into boating, camping, cycling, hiking, fishing, all of that, Wake Forest can be a good choice for you. There's the factory, which was converted from an old factory, but now it has ice skating, indoor sports, mini golf, go-karts, some cool boutique shopping, like Little Oak Collective has an outpost there, wonderful high-end children's consignment. Heritage is a very popular neighborhood in Wake Forest. It has a golf course, and you'll see people driving around in their golf carts. It has pools and playgrounds, tennis, all of that stuff. It has a very tight community feel. Overall in Wake Forest, there's 561 acres of parks with greenway trails, tennis courts, and all that. So Wake Forest has its own historic downtown that's totally walkable, art galleries, shops, and restaurants. White Street Brewing Company is really fun for local craft beer. There's a Wake Forest Historical Museum, and there's lots of annual events, farmers markets, festivals, and community celebrations. There's also Wegmans in Wake Forest, which to me is exciting. I make the trip from Raleigh to Wake Forest to go to Wegmans. Two of the major 2025 developments, UNC Health Rex Hospital is going to build a $500 million 50-bed facility that's going to create hundreds of jobs right in Wake Forest. There's Holding Village, which has a ton of new townhomes, Lake Holding, which has access to multiple builders. Holding Village has a variety of builders and price points while maintaining some community character. So Wake Forest is going to be best for families looking for a balance of amenities, character, value, who want enough going on but don't want to feel like they're in a very urban hub. Professionals that are willing to trade some commute time for quality of life might enjoy sleepier Wake Forest over Raleigh, and people who want an authentic kind of small town feel but still want access to the bigger city stuff and job opportunities. So from budget-friendly rural options to premium established communities, each suburb serves different priorities. Morrisville, Cary, and Wake Forest deliver the complete package. It's just about what you can afford and what matters most to you. So now that you know exactly which Raleigh neighborhood matches your lifestyle, if you are considering making a move to live here in Raleigh and our surrounding areas, go ahead and reach out to me. All of my info is on the screen down in the description below the video. And if you want to see even more hidden gems and where to live in Raleigh, check out this video where I covered 5 places I personally would move to in Raleigh this year. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.